Meanwhile, Irita has made her way to Stretham, a village in the fens of Cambridgeshire. It's hard to imagine now, but the village and the fields around it were once submerged in water. Irita is here to meet Nick Sharp at the Stretham Pump House to learn how Victorian engineering reclaimed the land nearly 200 years ago.
Morning, Nick.
Hello, Irita.
Now, what an unusual building.
Yeah, so this is Stretham Old Engine. It's a steam drainage engine that was originally built in 1831. Do you want to come and have a look?
Yes, please.
The fens cover much of eastern England, and for many years its rich and fertile land was drowned in water. So in the 17th century, Charles I commissioned Dutch engineer Cornelius Vermuyden to drain the wetlands. However, once the water was gone, the problem was keeping it away. At first, windmills were used to pump the water, but as the Industrial Revolution gained pace, a more powerful engine was needed.
Oh, wow. What are these?
So you're in the boiler room.
Who came up with this idea?
You'll see on the boilers there's Butterley, which is the name of the company in Derbyshire that built these boilers, and also the engine next door, which we'll see. The chief engineer at Butterley was Joseph Glynn. And he had a particular interest in designing steam engines for the drainage of the fens.
By the 19th century, thousands of acres of farmland had been reclaimed, but every year they were susceptible to flooding. As the land levels dropped, more energy was needed for draining. The Victorians came up with the solution, harnessing the power of steam.
That is so much bigger than I imagined it was going to be.
So this is the engine that drives the scoop wheel. It's a beam engine because of that big piece of cast iron above our heads.
Can we see it working?
Yep.
The more efficient steam-powered pump houses allowed the land to be fully exploited, and by the 19th century, the fens had become the breadbasket of England.
Oh, it looks even bigger from up here. Oh, my goodness me. So how does it work now?
We can't run this under steam, but we have electric motor that can turn the engine. You can just press a button.
Can I press it?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah.
I'm guessing it's the green one.
The one that says start.
Yeah, right.
Capable back in 1896 of pumping 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools an hour, more than 100 of these stations were built across Cambridgeshire at a cost in today's money of more than £52 million.
Where is the actual water part in all of this?
Right, so that's the scoop wheel, which is through the wall here, and I can show you that now.
Draining the fens took hundreds of years, and it's an ongoing process today. The landscape still needs to be carefully managed and is always at risk of flooding.
Now, is this where the actual magic happens then?
Yeah, so what you're looking at is the scoop wheel that lifts the water from down at the farmland level up into the river.
How important was all this?
Where it really made a big impact was on the industrialisation of the country. There needed to be a way to mass produce wheat and bread quality wheat, which means that you need to be able to control the level of the water in the ground.
And it's still pumped to this day?
Absolutely, and it's as crucial as ever, if not more crucial, because the more you pump, the more the land sinks, so the more vulnerable you are to it being put underwater again, being submerged.
The fens have been pumped dry for nearly 400 years. But with the growing threat of climate change and ever-decreasing land levels, this huge area of eastern England could return to the water once more.